So this is going to be another movie review. This one's called Cabin Boy, 1994. So before Tom Green became famous, Chris Elliott was doing his shtick. So I guess Tom Green ripped off Chris Elliott's stick. I'm not too familiar with Chris Elliott. I haven't seen any other Chris Elliott besides Cabin Boy just now. This is part of my July 4th 4-day weekend movie marathon with my son. There's nowhere to go except for Golden Gate Park. Everywhere you go, they require masks. Who wants to wear a mask? Anyway, I think I have enough food to last us through Sunday, and his mother's not allowing me to cook dinner on Sunday. But we might run out of Sprite. I think we have 6 left, and 3.5 days to go. I don't think it's going to last. But enough about 4-day weekend. I've got 4 Netflix DVD. I just stuck one in the mailbox. Cabin Boy. So let's talk about Cabin Boy. Chris Elliott plays a snobby, rich, nincompoop klutz. And I say klutz in the same vein as Freddy Got Fingered kind of klutz. Now I know where Tom Green got all his ideas. Anyways, he's supposed to go on a charter boat to Hawaii, but his chauffeur gets so sick and tired of his condescending remarks, he just dumps him in the middle of the road. And so he starts walking for the first time, supposedly to this fishing town. And instead of getting on his charter boat, he mistakenly gets on this boat with a bunch of drunken fishermen called the Dirty Whore. And they're off to some island called Hell's Bucket. They get caught in a storm. He meets Russ Tamblyn, who's half man, half shark. This was supposed to be a Tim Burton directed film, but Tim Burton got offered Ed Wood, so he let some other director do it. It is produced by Tim Burton. And wow, I got 2 people in my chat room. Broken1394. I think that's the my new fan who's into late 50s AIP stuff. So welcome to my chat room. Anyways, it's been a while since somebody posted a comment in my chat room. Thank you very much. Don't know what happened to Adrian in Australia, but he kind of disappeared off the face of the planet. Maybe he was abducted by aliens, which tends to happen to my channel fans. By the way, they kind of come and go over the years, but nice to have you nonetheless. So what else about Cabin Boy? So I'm giving it 3 out of 5 stars. I thought it was all right. A lot of the humor's kind of dumb and boring, but I have to admit that I got a a handful of good laughs from this. So it's not a great film, but it does have its moments, I guess you could say. Um, there's a live wooden mermaid plastered onto the dirty horror, and I think it's played by Ricki Lake. I'm not sure. You got Russ Tamblyn as the man shark, Ricki Lake as the wooden mermaid at the front of the boat, and they end up going to Hell's Bucket. They meet a six-armed kind of woman, blue-colored, who lives in a cave. And then there's a giant guy from Dumb and Dumber who gets jealous because Chris Elliott learned how to make love from the six-armed blue lady, and he gained his confidence back. There's this swimmer, this white lady who's kind of a drifter, I guess. Chris Elliott scoops her out with the net, and she gets all irritated at him until he learns how to be a man from this cave lady. He starts opening up his shirt and making his hair look nice and stuff. He's got a bald spot in the back, even though he's like 30 years old or something. Kind of a funny looking guy, but so there's a big battle scene between the giant husband of this six-armed blue lady. Anyways, yeah, I think this movie would have been better if Tim Burton had actually directed it instead of just producing it. And Chris Elliott is okay. I'm not a big fan of comedians from this time period, but it was okay for a comedy romance kind of thing. It's PG-13, and it's got some elements of the adventures of Baron Munchausen. It's got the clouds blowing down on the dirty horror, and it's got a giant iceberg that comes to life, starts attacking the fishermen. But anyways, what do I got coming up? I know I got Heaven's Gate, which is like almost 4 hours. It's going to take me a while to get through that. I've got Delirious with John Candy, PG movie from 1991. Probably not going to like it, but I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. And I've got 4-day weekend with my son here. I applied for third job. I sent in the paperwork this morning, and my stocks are doing pretty good. Can't complain, but eventually he's going to get bored, and we'll have to go to Golden Gate Park without our masks on. That should be fun. I'm sure it'll tick off a lot of the virus patrol people expecting us to wear masks and stuff. So that'll be an adventure. Looking forward to that. And yeah, I guess I'll watch Delirious now. Thanks for checking in, Broken1394. Good to see you again. I did reply to your comments, by the way, but for some reason it didn't do the @Broken1394 when I hit reply. I'm not sure how to do that, but they're there, so check them out. Go back to my videos and check them out if you want to see my replies. And that's the end of my review. I can't say highly recommend it or check it out, but I did post the actors' names in the description box. They probably look familiar to you if you're, yeah, they probably look familiar to you if you're into these kind of movies with kind of midnight movie actors and actresses. Anyways, oh, you saw the comments. All right, cool. And I'll put Tim Burton's name as a producer. I forgot to do that earlier. So, like I said, it could have been a better movie, but I tend to agree with you. Ed Wood is a great film. I've seen it multiple times, I think. I even went by myself to watch it in the movie theater, and I saw a couple in my high school. A couple of kids from my high school going to it, but they didn't bother to say hi, what's up. So I just sat by myself and watched when it came out, 1994. Those were good times. Ed Wood. Then I went with my stepdad to an Ed Wood festival at Castro Theater. They played like a bunch of films like Jailbait, Night of the Ghouls, and what else? Glenn or Glenda, something like that. We went to a bunch of those. They were playing all over the place. Yeah, I love Ed Wood too. I just saw an Ed Wood's last movie. What was it called? I'm trying to remember now. It was like 1973, something like that. The Snow Bunnies. No, the Beach Bunnies. Sorry. Why did I say the Snow Bunnies? Yeah, I just watched an Ed Wood film called The Snow Bunnies. He wrote the script. That was his last film before he died. He was screaming to Kathy Wood. He was having a heart attack. He was having alcohol issues. He was broke, and Kathy thought she was. I haven't seen Take It Out in a Trade. Anyways, Kathy thought he was playing with him, so he ended up dying because she wouldn't answer his screams. Necromania is a great film. Renee Bond. Are you kidding me? I love Renee Bond. But it's mostly outtakes, I think. It's kind of a jumbled movie, Necromania. But still a great flick. Even with the jumbled editing on that one. So yeah, I used to have was it Randolph Gray's book on Ed Wood? Randolph Gray. Oh, Rudolph Gray. Excuse me. He wrote Nightmare of Ecstasy. That came out in 1992. My stepdad gave it to me as like a Christmas gift. And yeah, I'll eat up anything Ed Wood. I'll give it 5 out of 5 stars. I loved Rudolph Gray's book Nightmare of Ecstasy from 1992. I got it right when it came out. Then the movie came out 2 years later, and it was like all the midnight movie theaters were playing Ed Wood films at that time, either double bill or triple bill. So we went to those, and those were good times. Anyways, I'm gonna watch Delirious now. I'll get back to you in about 4 hours after I get through this and fire up some hamburgers for me and my son. So, cool. Nice talking to you. Laters.